class. I thought I'd give you a brief tutorial of ATI, hoping you will have your passcodes coming in. The first thing when you're going to do with these is you're going to want to go to your products. I'll show you something else too regarding the readings, but right now I want to just get you going on these products so you can start watching the videos that are due for tomorrow in lab. If for some reason they do not come up in for you tonight, then we'll make adjustments. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you, do not look at this product code because it's for a different cohort. But anyway, you're going to see that you have these tabs, a proctored assessment, and your proctored assessment tab will probably be empty, and that's okay because right now everything's closed on you. You don't need to be proctored right now until the end of the semester. You also will have some practice assessments. You might see some of those already open for you, so you will practice some of those, which is exciting. But your main component for ATI right now are these tutorials. This is what we're going to use in clinical, theory, and lab, but mostly lab. You'll have for clinical these dosage and calculations to complete. There's dimensional analysis, desired over have, and ratio and proportion. There's 3 different types of formulas. Inside each of these programs are the exact same thing. They just teach you a different formula. So if you already know that you love dimensional analysis from chemistry, use that. If you hated it, don't use it. If you loved algebra, do the ratio and proportion. If you hated it, don't do it. Most other nurses that don't like chemistry or algebra uses desired over have. It's almost like algebra anyway, but it's just an easier formula is what they say. I don't know how to use it, so I just use ratio and proportion. So they're designed for whatever is for best for you in understanding dosage and calculation so you do not make a medication error. So again, you're just going to always use the same formula. Nurse Logic, Learning Systems, you're going to see Nurse Logic probably more in your 314 course. Learning Systems, we have 3 ATI videos, communication, and then practice fundamentals 1 and 2, or A and B, whatever it's called. And then you have the skills module for skills lab, as well as in clinic or in theory, we have a pain assessment one and pain management, and that's in theory, but everything else is for your lab. So first thing I want to point out, let's just go to infection control. Your tabs are going to look different. The way you get in is going to look different because you have a student. I don't have a student access, so mine looks a little different because I have too many bells and whistles for me. You're going to want to begin the lesson first. And
Welcome to ATI Skill
we'll have
for
mine
Infection
muted.
Control.
I hope.
Infection is the invasion and proliferation of microorganisms in body.
Okay, so now it's muted. So what you can do is you can go through each of these tabs here, and if you want to read all about infection control or listen to infection control, you can. However, for class time, for the skills lab, we just really recommend the step-by-step viewing. This one here happens to be about your PPE, so you can watch each of these videos about how to put on your gloves, wash your hands, etc. Whatever it is that you need to do, you can watch those. Remember, you need a total of 10 minutes in watching your videos. So we want to make sure that you watch every one of them. And if you don't understand, go back in and rewatch it again. Your time will keep building. The key is not to log out the wrong way. Meaning, don't use your back arrow button because that will log you out wrong. Don't use the big X in your computer because that'll log you out wrong. You want to make sure you use within ATI and use their buttons. So up here on mine it says click here to go back to tutorial landing. I'm going to click that one. Then if I want to take my test, I will begin my test. If I want to do the pre-test or if I want to do the post-test. Again, follow your syllabus of which one you need to complete because we want to make sure you complete the right one. You need an 85% on your test, so we want to make sure that you read the rationales so that you know you can get that answers correct to eventually reach that 85%. If you want to go back and do more ATIs, you can go back to products. If you're done, make sure you click then instead the log out button. This is important for us to make sure we're getting the right amount of time that you spent. I hate for you to spend 20-30 minutes on an assignment and you logged out wrong and you go back in, it's only going to show 30 seconds. That's not fair to you. Your time is too important. So make sure you log out correctly. I'm going to go back to products because I want to share with you one more thing that ATI is great for. Well, it's great for a bunch of other things too. But right now, if you go to your home page, and then on the home screen, you will see something that's called integration resources. And I'm not quite sure where you will see that on your screen. Oh, before I go in there, you'll have a results tab, I hope. That results tab is where you're going to print out your student modules. Make sure you print out the correct student module for your assignments for ATI. They should be a PDF format, and they need to be the student module that has the time you spent on the module as well as your grade from your exam. If you don't have both of those on one sheet of paper, you're not doing it right. So make sure you have both of those. And then finally, this integration resources is your reading material. Now this is matched up with your fundamentals reading. You can match it up with your lab as well. They kind of go together. But once you click on that, then you're going to click on RN Review Modules, the 2013 edition, and then you're going to click on Fundamentals. Do not print this book out because it's over 600 pages long. But it's user-friendly. What I like about this book is that it's very interactive. So let's say we want to do, I went too far into this. Hang on. Let me get to the table of contents. For some reason, I didn't realize I went that far. So let's go to table and contents, and let's say because vital signs is coming up, you want to read about vital signs. So you can click on it in the table of contents and it's going to take you right to that book. And then you're going to read it, and you'll notice that the book, when you're reading it, it is all bullets. So they do not have, it's not in paragraph form, they're just bullets. They tell you what you need to know down and dirty, pretty much. And then at the end, that vital signs is long, but at the end of the chapter, they have questions that you will answer, and they give you, and the answers are right after that, and they give you the rationales. Again, in nursing school, it's so important to understand why a question is right and why a question is wrong, because two answers are usually going to be correct, and you need to find the one that's the best answer, and that's the hard part. And that's where you learn with the rationales. So hopefully that'll help get you going and get you started with ATI. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, good luck and hope this works for you for lab tomorrow. Thanks. Have a good night.